White women should wear braids. After all, the Vikings were the ones who invented braids. I see no reason why black people want to gatekeep braids from white women. Hello, my name is Angela of Afro League, and I am the one you should listen to when it comes to everything natural hair and beauty. In today's video, I am going to be giving you the reasons why I believe that white women can wear braids. But before we go into that, and before you start eating me up in the comments, let us talk about the person or the reason why we are making today's video.
I'm allowed to wear braids. I've been seeing a lot of hate comments about my braids saying it's offensive, disgusting, it's cultural appropriation, it's fucked up. How is it fucked up when Vikings are the ones that invented braids? If you are really that offended by me wearing braids in 2025, you need to get a grip on reality. It is not that deep. Why are we arguing about hairstyle? And I just want to get one thing straight. If a person of can wear a wig that's blonde and straight, I can wear braids.
This is Natalie, and she's the reason why in 2025 we're still having the conversation and the discussion of if white women should wear braids. And before we go into anything, the first thing I want to say is that whenever you see any type of video, every video that you see online, whether it regards to hair, makeup, whatever video that you see online, you have to be critical with the way you interact with such videos. When I saw this girl's video, the first thing that came to my mind was go to her page and see the kind of person that she is. So I went to her page, and the first thing that popped up in my mind is this girl is a chronic rage baiter. There are people who specifically create videos to incite some form of emotions from you. Some people try to incite happiness, some people try to incite joy, and then there are people who try to incite rage and anger from you. Because at the end of the day, your interaction, whether you dislike the video, whether you're arguing with the person, is still going to get them paid. It wasn't surprising to me when I went through her comment section and I saw multiple comments of people saying that she once tricked, I think, an homeless woman or somebody, like she tricked them and told them to jump into the water and she was going to give them $20 or a certain amount. I can't really remember. I'm going to pop up the comments on the screen so that you can read, pause and read for yourself. So she promised them money by asking them to jump into the water. And obviously, the person who jumped into the water could not swim. This lady or girl ran away with her crew or the people that they were filming with. So this goes to show you that this is not a person that has integrity, I'm sorry to say. And it is also obvious to me that she made this video and she did not just make one video. You know, it is something to make one video, people call you out, and you recognize that, okay, I might be acting from a place of ignorance. Let me step back and think about what I am doing. But instead, she went ahead to make multiple videos trying to defend why she should wear braids, going around asking people, and she specifically asked black people, oh, what do you think about braids? And did you think I should wear braids? Yada, 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 yada. She went out doing... She went out to do interviews. This is to tell you that all she wants is the engagement, because it is obvious that black rage, black outrage on social media is a form of currency for people. People do things to poke at the black community, expecting a reaction from them, because I don't know what goes through their head, but for them, all publicity is good publicity. She obviously does not mind being known as the white girl who came on social media to claim that Vikings were the ones who invented braids. And let's talk about this point for a second. Hold up. Let's talk about this point. When she said it, I was like, okay, I know that the braids that Vikings do or the Scandinavian braids is very, very, very different from the typical braids that are known, that black people are known for, right? I had to go and Google this thing. Like, I had, I had to pull up the Google, the internet, and be like, what are Viking braids? What are Scandinavian braids? And they look nothing, absolutely nothing like cornrows. They look absolutely nothing like box braids. The display of ignorance is so laughable. Like, why is it so hard for white girls to stick to the braids that their ancestors did? And what is so funny is the fact that cornrows and box braids are not even healthy for their hair. It is not, even as a black woman with coily hair, there are ways that they would install braids on you that you end up with traction alopecia. Like, there are so many disadvantages for those types of hairstyles with extensions, and you see white girls or people who are not black trying to, you know, get those braids done. This might sound some type of way, but I have noticed that there's a particular genre of white girls that want to get braids done and that try to defend why they should have braids. I'm not calling anybody names, but there's just a particular type of white girls, if you know what I mean. And the one thing that these types of white girls have in common is that they are very problematic. They have an history of doing out of pocket things. So, considering their track record, I feel like when they come out with all of these antics just to get people raised up and all of that, I feel like people should pay them no mind, ignore them, ignore them. That is the only way we can end this pandemic of white girls getting braids and coming online to come and defend why they should have braids. Another thing that white people say when they call them out for wearing braids, they run to the defense of saying it is cultural appreciation. It's cultural appreciation. Okay, if the people whose culture you're trying to appreciate do not want you to do it, do not want you to appreciate their culture, it should be easy for you to just let it go. It's not that deep. But the thing is that they want to force themselves. I must, like, is it by force to appreciate somebody's culture? They don't want you to do, they don't want you to appreciate their culture. Leave it, let it go. And that's another thing I don't understand is like, why are they trying so hard to wear braids? Why do you want to wear braids by force? You want to appreciate someone else's culture, but you are not sensitive to their culture. Like, make it make sense. The only time that I feel like white people should or can wear braids is when you are invited into the culture. And that is something that I've noticed about a lot of Africans or even African Americans. If you're close to them, if they love you, if they see that you're for them, you're totally for them, you're supportive and everything, they would invite you in. And if they invite you in, it does not mean that for the rest of your life you have a pass of wearing braids or doing the things that they invited you in to do. Another excuse is that white girls give is that, oh, my nanny was black and she braided my hair when I was younger. Oh, I had a friend when we were in elementary school and she would help me braid my hair. That was when you were in elementary school. Kaylee, you're almost 30. Let's go of the time that your friend in elementary school braided your hair for you. Let it go. Now, to the people who say, oh, let white women wear braids, it's not that deep. It is actually deep because the people who have coilier hair, the people who wear those black hairstyles, are always discriminated against. They are always discriminated against. They are not seen as professional. They are not seen as classy enough. They are not seen as beautiful enough. I mean, you cannot turn a blind eye to all of the things that we've been dealing with for ages. And you will think in 2025, these things are not true. They are still true. People still judge you for your hair. People still judge you for your appearance. And I see why people would find it offensive that when a black woman does something, it's looked down on. But if a white woman does it, it's like, oh my God, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now everybody is cool with it. It just reminds me of the time that Kim Kardashian wore Fulani braids on the red carpet, and it was innovative. It was something interesting. It was something beautiful to look at. But Zendaya wore dreadlocks on the red carpet, and the host was insinuating some racist and microaggressive things towards her. So until black women can wear black hairstyle, until black women can wear their natural hair out without discrimination, it is always deep. The topic of white women wearing braids will always be deep. Everything is deep. I think people who say that things are not deep are people who are shallow minded. It says so much about you than the people who actually see things for what they are. They are deep. And for the people who try to justify the Viking braid bandits by saying that she's allowed to wear braids because black women wear straight hair, black women wear blonde hair. The color of your hair and the texture of hair is not cultural, it is genetic. I mean, in 2025, there are informations online that show you that black people can actually have blonde hair. Black people have some, not all, some black people have straighter hair, right? Just as the way not every white person has blonde hair, not every white person has straight hair. Having blonde and straight hair is not something that has ever been discriminated on. Rather, it is an attribute that people have always upheld and seen as a standard of beauty. So I don't think that one is an argument to have, honestly. At the end of the day, Black women, love yourself, love your hair, love your texture, love your braids, and just live a happy life. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.